How you doing? This is Courtney. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a video on for those who have the clutch that will not engage, or if your bike stalls after putting it in gear, it's just out of alignment adjustment. I was having that problem after having a new clutch installed, and it would just continually first one of the, not just not just would it stall after kicking in first, but it would be hard to change the gears as well. So that led me to know that this was totally out of alignment or adjustment. So what I did was took everything back off, and it's really key. What I found out eventually is just through trial and error is that if you can start with this, which is an indicator here, if you can have these two sort of lined up when you start, as in you're putting this cover on, you can make the adjustment from there. So you know that this, well, mine is perfect now, but this was, I had all kind of play in this. It was just super loose, and it was also present up here. I could just pull this and nothing. I would have to push it back out, but now I've got some resistance on there, which is very nice, which I was missing. But anyway, back to here. If you can start out when the cover is loose and it's not secured down, and I have to put all my bolts back, but I just wanted to test drive it with two bolts holding it down to make sure it's like I wanted it. As you're putting this on, with it lined up like this initially, you can just hold this in place. Actually, you can lean your knee up against it and go up top and check out the firmness of the lever. And if it's still weak, then what you're going to want to do is bump this back one more notch, because on the inside of this is this little pin that has notches in it, which you know if you've been messing around with your clutch. If not, anyway, there are notches in here, grooves, and there's a rod that goes up and it connects with this. So what you want to do is just notch it one, pump it back up, back in place. You can tighten this down if you prefer to do that, but you'll be doing a lot of back and forth if it's not to your liking. So go back up top after you make that one adjustment. Check your clutch lever up top. If it's still not, do one more. I actually had to do mine, I think, 2 additional adjustments after I initially put the cover back on, and it was solid. Of course, for safety, I have the bike up against the wall so it won't go forward when I put it in the gear, because the test for me was that if I could hold the clutch down with it in first gear and start, then I knew that it was getting the appropriate amount of pressure, because prior to, if I had it engaged in first gear, I couldn't start the bike. So after I made my adjustments, I pulled the clutch in, started it, and it remained started. It didn't jerk, it didn't pull, any of that. So this is just after a couple days, couple weeks of racking my brain, trying to find some help on this. And you know, there are some videos out there, but it necessarily didn't speak to me specifically in terms of helping me answer my problems, but just getting out here, sitting and doing some trial and error, and this is what I found to solve my issue. I hope this helps. Any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I hope this helps someone. God bless you. Take care.